saw all of them saying, "I can't hear you," as they walked out onto the stage. They knew exactly what to expect. Anybody who went to YouTube and just looked up Philadelphia sports cheering, they know exactly what's going to happen. Taking a look at our map set, though, we will be kicking things off on Nepal for Control. See who can draw first blood.
Indeed, and this is a map we've seen a ton of sinatraa on, especially in terms of village. A lot of the teams we saw in week 1 sticking with the sinatraa after the teleports here, and it looks like that's going to be the case for Philadelphia Fusion. Corey going to his trademark Reaper instead, with Stratus on that Doomfist.
Yep, speed boost straight in here onto the low ground. That a reset barrier set up. Try and protect. Stratus, of course, is going to be on that Doomfist, something that he really made a name for himself with. But can he find an entry with all of these turrets coming through from the sinatraa? Carpe nearly getting taken down, but that's going to be the field coming through to help keep them alive. But Funny Astro was not in it. Ivy gets punched out. Stratus finding the second kill. So far, Washington Justice looking good as the point becomes unlocked. Charge to the side from Sano will lead to nothing but his own demise. He'll be taken down, and for the first volley, it seems like the Washington Justice will come out on top.
And this is huge. It's extremely rare to see a team get set up on Village first with a sinatraa comp, but to be broken in neutral ultless. Not only were they able to take it back, but they did it decisively and early, making sure that Fusion could not cap the point first. So they have ult advantage here, composition advantage, and that control meter percent already at 20. And they've got the high ground for the approach.
Roar getting a nice fire strike in, nearly has that Earth Shatter online. Here, wall going to be coming through from Alarm. Carpe finds one pick. Stratus going to be taken down. That's a huge amount of damage eliminated now from the side of the Washington Justice, but Corey does find Ivy, getting rid of that May. Shatter going to be dropped in, knocked to the ground. The Immortality Field tossed in by Alarm. They will stay safe here for the moment. They might have to reroute. They still will push forward, breaking down the barrier of Roar. And advancing with those Orisa shields as best as they possibly can. They're back in on the point, and it's the Justice who have to come to them yet again. They have the Doomfist. Stratus goes in for a punch, nearly has the Meteor Strike for a quick get out. Good halt, pulls them together. Ellieboat going to be knocked out. You see the Meteor Strike will be dropped in. Sound barrier in response now from Funny Astro. Doesn't have any prime targets. Will just drop in, and likely will get taken down. Gets a little bit of extra damage. Nearly finds a Lucio, but it will not do it. The flip is there. Fusion on the board.
It's time to swap composition for the Justice. You have to think. Corey's got a Death Blossom, but closing the distance here and making that work against double shield tank here. 2 main tanks for the Fusion in this enclosed space is going to be so difficult. He's sticking with it, though. He wants to make that Death Blossom happen. They're going to have so much with the support ultimates to get him into place to use it, but even still, position advantage to Fusion.
That wall going to be coming up. Stratus taken down. Carpe finds that first one, the headshot to find the elimination. Both DPS members eliminated from the side of the Washington Justice. Shot Sato, however, charge taken down. Will be taken out, but Roar manages to be eliminated as well. Funny Astro making up for that one. Fusion will maintain control, getting closer to tying this.
Quick retreat here for Justice. They got out. They didn't waste too much time with this, but again, it's so predictable. It's so obvious to the Fusion. You're going to try to break through with a speed boost, set up for that Death Blossom. You know that they have the sound barrier, so the Fusion are just sitting back, poking them down. They have Immortality Field. Here comes the teleport here from Corey. He's trying to go for the flank. This is a better approach than last time.
Trying to work his way through the wall, buying him some extra stealthiness. Carpe is on the flank, however, gets a flashbang, but cannot take him down. Stratus with a survey HP will be eliminated. Carpe finds him. That's going to be the Shatter. Jump in. Sato knocks him to the ground, and now frozen up. Corey cannot move at all. Philadelphia Fusion wipe the floor with the Washington Justice. They are in the lead.
When you talk about poke damage, you talk about range damage from McCree, it's all there, but it's also the ability to stun an approaching Doomfist. Stratus is supposed to come and disrupt when the speed boost comes through so Corey can get in position, but if Carpe blows him up instantly every time, it just doesn't matter. You can see the Sato Shatter just helps set it all up.
Carpe just clicking heads. Nice flick in the back to find Arc. And now we are here above 90% for the Philadelphia Fusion. Just going to be sitting on that Deadeye for now. Sound barrier on the way. Washington Justice with the Death Blossom. Can they get something done? They force out the OT and start capping.
Stratus is trying to flank here. It would be huge. If he gets
Carpe, doesn't find him. Has to go up to escape to make sure he doesn't get taken down. Has a healing coming out from the Coalescence. Mortality Field already going to be used. The Shadow gets dropped in, but only finds Ivy. And the sound barrier is there from Funny Astro to try to keep them alive. Sato, however, going to be taken out. Corey finds that first kill. Stratus under fire, falls low, will be eliminated. The flip is there for the Washington Justice, and now with Funny Astro and Poco falling, the Fusion are going to have to let this one go and reapproach.
And after 3 failed pushes, Corey finally gets that Death Blossom off. He finally gets into position. That disruption from Stratus allowed them to break through despite missing that rocket punch there onto Carpe. That opening pick would have made it so easy to save ultimates, but now they really only have that Doomfist ultimate here when Fusion comes in for this final assault.
They're still getting closer and closer to some of those other ones, though. They have the Doomfist ult, but the Shatter is nearly there as well. Punch into the back! Alarm is going to be taken out! No chance to keep himself alive! Meteor strike down, Ivy going to be eliminated. Sato does manage to find the pin, but can they turn this around? It's at 90%. They have to get somebody over onto the point right now, but Funny Astro again is going to be taken down. The pin from Roar gets rid of him, and that's their best delay tactic. It seems like the Justice might just be able to tick up the 99%, now 100, and they will go ahead and secure round one, a dangerously close one.
And you can see the desks shake and the chairs shake with this DPS duo. Stratus and Corey made a name for themselves in stage 4. As Stratus yells back at the boos in the crowd, they take first point, and it's more consistent damage we saw in those last few fights from Corey's Reaper versus Carpe's range damage. If you get into position to where the Reaper can do that damage, can burst through, get those heals, you're going to set yourself up for success.
That's a bold move right now, showing up to a Philly game with a Washington jersey on, but I respect it.
Always got to respect that.
But a solid start, but still very close for both of these teams. So
99-99.
Potentially 2 more rounds to go. Not really certain who is going to be able to come out on top.
Now this is where we see the sinatraa fade away, and it's all about the range damage here. No option to run double shield tank here. Realistically, you've got to go with the McCree May, and it's going to be all about flanking and positional advantages here for Corey versus Carpe, the matchup we've been waiting for. This time more directly a mirror in terms of that hit scan.
Yep, both teams just going to be splitting off their respective right side approaches. Shift damage coming through as they just try to find some picks with the icicles with the McCree shots, but a little bit of chip damage, but otherwise no kills to be found. They push forward. Stratus nearly goes low. Flashbang in. Corey, he'll get the headshot, taking down Alarm. Flashbang in response. Corey, however, dips around the corner, and Arc is there to support, so Carpe will fall. Push up, gets the reload, tries to get the kill there on the Funny Astro. Is unable to do so. Ivy will finally take Corey's head off, but at what cost? So many members on the side of the Fusion have been taken down, and this is going to be the Washington Justice capping the point first.
And look at the healing difference between Aim God and Alarm. He more than triples him, gets the first nano boost. Corey's able to survive that flashbang exchange, which is really a mistake on Carpe's part. Then you see Arc get that cleanup. This is a massive advantage now for the Justice. They have that positional advantage, and it's when you're ranged versus ranged, the defender always has a massive advantage. And when they have a nano boost to keep Roar alive, that staying power is there as well. You can even boost Stratus to make sure he gets the Blizzard off.
Well, pushing forward, Ivy going to be taken down, and again, Alarm. Corey just having his number, lines up that reticle right on his head. So clean-up push coming through. Nano boost expelled there from the side of the Washington Justice. Fusion going to have to reapproach yet again. Getting closer and closer to 6 ultimates.
Yeah, and they even out the ultimates a little bit this way. But I think Poco is going to have to eat a Blizzard here if they're going to want to try to get this exchange sub 65-70%. And even then, it's going to be difficult. The Washington Justice get to defend, they get to sit back and let Philadelphia Fusion make the first move here. And it's going to have to revolve around this Blizzard, so absorbs are huge.
Deadeye's out from Corey right now, just fishing. Ball goes up, looking for the approach.
Just buying time right now.
Doesn't find much of anything with that one. 60% now for the Justice as Fusion makes their way over onto the point. Wall coming up, looking for a cutoff, unable to find it. Blizzard coming in, Poco! He gets the E, takes it away from Stratus, but will it be enough? Sound barrier is going to be out from both of these teams, and now Stratus will be taken down. Ivy finding the headshot, claims the enemy May's life. Looking for a bit more, though. Walls off, denying entry from the Reinhardt. Gets the freeze here on the Ellie Vote. They'll knock him out of the mech, and it seems like the Fusion may very well just have done it here as Ivy continues to clean up house.
And it's not just that absorb there on the Blizzard that helped Fusion take this. Alarm sneakily got a sleep dart onto Elibot, who's then walled off, so Ivy could get a Blizzard up 100% with no fear of that defense matrix taking it away. So huge play by Alarm. Not easy to do that against a D.Va who's got that May wall support as well, but he still threads the needle, finds that sleep. Now they have an ult advantage and the point taken back. The pendulum swings into the favor of the Fusion here. They've got their Deadeye advantage. They've got a D.Va bomb. They should be able to outlast this first push at least with the advantage they have in ultimates.
That's the thing, the first push, but there's still many more to come from the side of the Washington Justice. Fusion just now getting it ready to crest past 30%. Need to take that all the way up to 100 if they want to get the third round. Nano here onto the Electric Cowboy, but will not find anything with a flashbang. Shatter comes down, Roar hits the ground. He will be eliminated by Carpe, but it's at the cost of Alarm yet again, taken down first in the fight. Fusion, however, still holding on. The Stratus falls low, Arc under some fire as well. With the wall off, it's just going to be a regroup. Cannot approach without their Reinhardt, so he will be rejoining in here momentarily. And then the Justice will take another crack at it. Corey has the Deadeye up. Sound barriers available from Astro. Holding onto that one for now as they kite back. They're surrendering the point. Push back into the last second. Flashbang not going to connect, but there's so much pressure being applied. Carpe right now, can he make it out alive? Seems like the answer is going to be yes. Masato is going to be dangerously low. Has to try to survive. Nano Boost nearly there for Alarm. Gets the last few percentage, and Ivy's going to be taken down right as he gets a Blizzard.
Corey flanked.
On the shot, Wall coming up, trying to give some protection here to the McCree. Gets a double tap going through, looking for Funny Astro. Can't quite take him down, however. Nano Boost used on Roar as he pushes forward, trying to take down Sato. The flip is there. Justice gaining percentage yet again, and Stratus will fall. Carpe with a flank. The cheeky one pokes around the corner. Manages to get rid of the May, but is that going to be enough? He'll pop the Deadeye, they push forward, they're trying to take him down, there's not an appeal, he'll just be eliminated. Ivy manages to use the Blizzard, Sato going to be slept. They need to follow up onto some kills here, however. Sato eliminated by that self-destruct, Poco going to be using his own on the point. No one in range to be taken down by that one, but he manages to pistol aim God. It's the headshot to finish him off, and Stratus returns with the Doom Fist, instantly taking down Funny Astro. Under fire, however, will be hounded down. Ivy finds the kill. Fusion finds the flip. 83% to 99.
Risky moves by the Justice to commit the sound barrier in that last fight. Commit in instead of taking the 99 to 80 fight for one more.
This is brutal.
This is brutal indeed. It's going to be a delay. This almost guarantees Fusion a third round here on the Paul. Elibo's out now late.
We never say never. Shatter is available for Roar if he can line one up. He's currently caught off. They all dogpile on top of him, and he is out of the fight. No chance to use that ult. It will bleed down. And we are going to a third round of Nepal.
You can't use that Deadeye on the approach without a sound barrier. There's Stratus with a late death there. Then you see that Elibote stagger. They had to touch the point. They had to take a 5v6 fight while split. And it's, you know, ultimates they held there no longer useful. They took a risk. They tried the sound barrier on the point to close it out 2-0. A gamble that doesn't pay off, but they knew they had that guaranteed third round if they failed. And it's been pretty back and forth, 99 to 99 across the board here on our first map in Nepal. And Washington Justice coming up stronger than I think a lot of people would have expected going into this series. And a lot of that is just on the back of this DPS duel we knew would do well given the opportunity in a non-GOATS meta. And it will be once again the May and the McCree, the range damage here. But it's double shield tank on the Fusion. They're going to try to hunker down on the point. They have to get there first to make that happen.
If they can get the setup, then it'll be very good for them potentially. Wall coming through, the halt in, looking for the kill, tries to get the knockoff. Does arc, but is unable to find it. Immortality Field is going to be used, keeping Sato and Poco alive for the moment as Funny Astro tries to boot somebody off the side of the map. He's unable to do so, but Arc was locked out away from the rest of his squad. Does get taken down, but answered back by Roar's Fire Strike. No Lucio's in the mix now, as the May walls just create a maze that people have to zigzag around. But Sato, he manages to punch through.
There's just a lot more damage output with an Orisa that's protected like that. The armor that comes through for Poco. They're able to fight in these corridors with the Immortality Fields, with that extra healing coming through from Alarm. Ana's got great sustained solo target healing, but Batiste actually has the ability to AoE heal in those corridors as well. So it's a composition that suits fighting in those chokes. Fusion are utilizing it very well here. They do have this ult here that Alarm could toss down to try to poke down one single target to break a shield. But they're staying back. They're not fighting on the point, but rather in these chokes, because they know Justice can't really break through their barriers with range damage.
Making their way over to the point. Elibote is causing a bit of a distraction, but takes so much damage. I mean, you even have to respect Alarm now with the Batiste. Still does a significant amount of damage despite the slight nerfs.
Huge fire strike there from Roar. It's going to give Funny Astro a lot of ult charge, though, because they can't follow up.
Nearly Shatter for Shatter right now. That's going to be the Ant Matrix coming through. Shatter going to be dropped in. Ivy hits the ground. Stratus manages to find Carpe, but will be the Justice losing out on their main tank. Answering Shatter now out from Sato. That was going to have to be used onto Elibote to try to keep him alive, but this isn't a delay. They aren't able to make their way over to the point, and Funny Astro sends him off the sides. 3-second boosters, still not short enough to save his life.
Not short enough indeed, and this is a composition that the Justice are running, or rather the Fusion are running, that they've mastered, and they're not taking the fight to the point like most teams would have previously in a Ryan Orisa type situation, or a Sigma Orisa. They're fighting in this choke where they can get the full value out of Batiste. They can both poke at range, but also hard engage when the Washington Justice try to step in. And it's Alarm who's keeping those divas at bay when they try to tag the point. Elibote in this case.
Pushing forward. They have this Blizzard ready to go, as does Ivy. Supercharger going to be used for Poco at the beginning, and you can see just how awkward it is for the Justice to try to make their way over onto the point. It's already 92% built up for the Fusion, looking to close this out 2-1 on Nepal to start the series with a map win. Funny Astro.
He's trying to stop them from collapsing in and pincering. It's just
he
not
wants
easy.
to move forward. He wants to get that knock off the side of the map, but knows that he can't because the McCree is there. Blizzard going to be tossed down.
Dodge.
He manages to exit safely. Ivy cut out on the side. Stratus, however, does manage to find Poco. Now comes in behind Sato to help take down the Reinhardt. Immortality Field keeps him alive a little bit longer. Stratus with a sliver of HP there. Will be able to survive as Corey goes on the flank well into the back lines. Take down the remaining members.
Fusion realized they were getting collapsed on there. They saw Stratus commit the Blizzard, and it's a quick shot call from the Fusion side to hold ultimates. You can see just shown on screen here, Fusion have the advantage in that regard. Sure, we do have Nano Boost coming up here. We do have the Deadeye, but breaking through double barrier with that Deadeye is just something that's incredibly difficult to do, if not impossible. They have positional advantage, and they need to utilize it well, as the Fusion are just going to continue to operate around this corner. The wall's good.
Yep, Nano Boost going to be coming down. Bionade goes forward onto 2. Blizzard going to be invested from Ivy, but Ellie Boat says nope. Takes that one away with the defense matrix. 37% ticking up. Corey will find Ivy with that Deadeye as they try to get a desperate hold on the side of the map. Will not be able to lead to anything here as Carpe gets set up perfectly by Sato with the pin. Knocks Schwartz to the ground. They find the kill, but the bomb from Ellie Boat will take down Poco. It's a bit too slow to get out of range of that one. 52% now accrued for the Washington Justice. Stratus nearly with another Blizzard.
Elevate has to go and rejoin his squad. They're a little bit split up.
Falling low, dangerously so, but will be sustained by the rest of his squad.
Philadelphia Fusion need to commit one way or the other, either break through this choke or step onto the point. The wall is dangerous here if they try to commit straight in. That's why they're being so hesitant. They're going to the point. Poco's on the point.
Part of them are, yeah, that's going to be the Blizzard coming down. Shatter going to be tossed out. Doesn't find anything for Sato. Immortality Field will buy a little bit more time. The Bionade is thrown in for good measure to make sure that the Reinhardt does fall. Ivy stunned up. Going to be eliminated. Carpe doing some work, however. Manages to find 2. Point going to be put back over. Suddenly, we're in overtime. Ellie-Boat's going to be knocked out of the match here over onto the point. And Roar has half HP. Still manages to clean up 2, though. As Alarm and Funny Astro will both be taken down. He looks for the Hulk, does Poco, but cannot find it. And the flip is right back into the hands of the Washington Justice.
Have to rush.
Still 3 members down.
They're going to have to rush back in. Carpe's trying to stick with his McCree here. Might be better fit.
Widowmaker.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think he needs to go on Doom.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures.
They have no time here.
Philly, you better be crossing your fingers right now because here comes Carpe. He's got the Widowmaker drawn out. They're on the point right now. Sato with a Wrecking Ball. Gonna be trying to buy some time. Jump back over with the grapple hook. They're chasing in deep. The flip is there. Alarm, however, gonna be taken down. Wrapping back around Corey, pushes forward, gets the body shot, tries to take him out, but Carpe will manage to find the kill. Poco alone on the point, dangerously low, will be melted down. Roar finds the kill. Carpe looking for a shot, takes one, finds Stratus, puts him in the head. Now he's looking for the supports. Can't quite line it up, gets sunk in midair, over top of the pit. Carpe, can he do this? Bring it back from the brink, jumps out, but Sato has already taken care of Aim God. Roar finds a pin, Funny Astro gone, he's got a sliver of HP, he is dead, and it worked! Carpe comes back with the Widowmaker, takes him in the skulls, and map 1 goes to the Fusion.
Such a sick combination of great preparation for the map of Nepal. They ran strategy team that picks up a world-class off-tank player and still sticks with Poco here, who's the veteran, who's been on the squad for so long. And as we head into Havana, it's a map we can certainly see that double shield style come through. Widowmaker also, this is the best map for that in the pool right now, so we will very likely see that Corey versus Carpe Widow v Widow duel. And I'm excited for that.
Especially if we can make it through towards the B2C stretch. That's where we've been seeing a lot of Widowmaker coming through. So we'll have to see exactly what does happen here and how far teams can make it. Obviously, we didn't go too far on Havana in our first series, as Mayhem were unable to make it to point A, but then Houston were a little bit more unable to make it.
The Fuller hold.
The Fuller hold.
Yeah. Well, coming into this defensive setup here, we do have Corey and Stratus on the McCree May once again. Elevote sticking with the Diva. That's his, most famous hero back in the day from his time in European contenders. Philadelphia Fusion gonna match compositions here. Poco on the Diva. And it's much more difficult to run the Orisa on the breakout here.
Oh, very bold defensive strat here. Ellieboat already going to be slipped but broken up by a Bionade. Rude awakening if you ask me. And Ivy will be able to punch through, taking down 2. As Corey and AimGod will both fall. And that is just going to be the extended ace coming through. The team kill as Philadelphia Fusion are not getting locked inside the gas station. They punch straight through the Justice.
That sort of hold attempt by the Justice is very all in. If you get the wall off, get a double, perhaps a triple, you get the massive ult lead, you buy a ton of time. But if you fail, especially on the first push, you overcommit your resources, then they are able to win that exchange. Then you give so much free push. Look at the cart moving for free. They also get this positional advantage here. Stop the high ground from being taken for Corey. And it's an amazing position for Fusion. The risk does not pay off for the Justice.
Well, it does not now have to reset.
Corey just can't get up there where he wants to be now.
To try to get Stratus caught up as well, as Ivy is at 73% towards that Blizzard.
He's here, but he can't find those shots because they've already gotten around the corner.
Alarm taking a minor chip there. Coming through, but you can see Poco just applying that pressure, making sure the McCree has some denied sightlines. Ellieboat already going to be knocked out of that mag. And a boost going to be tossed in here for the side of the Philadelphia Fusion, but Freeze is coming in. Members falling low. Seems like Justice might just be able to hold this one off, and as Sato is left out on his lonesome, will get taken down. So familiar territory from our first series. Cart going to be halted just in front of point A.
Yep. Very decisive too, as we see the stagger here onto Poco. But you got to say, I mean, the jump down there to collapse to punish Poco's boost to go onto the high ground was very well executed, very quickly executed there by the Justice. And this is where you want to make your last stand. This is the most defensible position on A. They finally retook this corner that they lost after that attempted all-in at the front. So much more room to move with here for the Justice now, as Fusion has to actually make this turn around the corner.
That eye drawn out. They try to boost him and isolate him to be able to get a shot or a sleep dart through, but unable to find that, but won't get anything. So just buying some time, zoning them back.
Exactly. It's not always about the kills with those. You buy a lot of time, you get that position back.
90% of the time, it's not about the kills with the dead eye.
Sure.
Speaking of which, though, we'll hear another one called out by Carpe. He's just going to cancel that one. Funny Astro under fire. Nearly gets eliminated, has to retreat. Poco going to be taking a nap for now, as Ivy takes some pot shots here from behind the cart. Sato comes through, they have the cutoff. That's going to be the clean up. Washington Justice maintaining control.
If you go back and look at that too, Sato panics when the Blizzard comes out. He charges the wrong way and gets himself caught off on the rest of the team, so he can't back off and shield everybody else off so they could re-engage after the Blizzard. He charged to the right of where Roar stands now, finds himself locked in the corner there, and is just unable to re-engage. He had a shatter, so perhaps the idea is he's going to set up a flank shatter, but too greedy, too risky. And Fusion's running out of time here.
Down now to a minute. Running away, the crowd trying to give Fusion their energy and push them through to point A. 4 ults to 3. Ivy getting close, 30% away from that next Blizzard. Alarm nearly taken down, but with the help of Poco, completely surprised Corey and managed to find the elimination. Poco going to be taking a nap as the beat gets dropped by Funny Astro. Answered by Arc, but AimGod eliminated. Carpe finds a headshot and the wall cuts off Roar, guaranteeing the kill. Looking for the charges, Sato cannot quite find it, but they get the freeze onto Ellieboat, popping him out of that back directly on top of the cart. And it seems like today, we will in fact be able to see a second stretch of Havana.
That's right. Corey in the same spot as he was previously, where they were able to collapse down after Poco failed to kill him, but this time, Alarm focused in tandem with him, and Corey wasn't able to escape when Poco came up. Too much damage there to keep him alive. A stark difference from what we saw from the teams earlier. No Brigida with this McCree to keep that extra armor pack on him so he's not easily dove like that. And you know, you can see that D.Va's much more potent when there is no armor pack in play.
That eye out from Corey again. Wall comes up. Carpe going to be matching, but both should be canceling. Corey holds it to the end, but either way, Cart is going to be sliding along for free for now. Roar will finally drop down, try to halt this one up. Ball comes in, cuts off a few. Shatter going to be dropped in. Doesn't lead to anything though for Sato. Poorly timed, but Carpe finds another pick as Arc will be eliminated. Fire strike through, weakens up Roar, and he will be finished off by the Blizzard, tossed in by Ivy. Flashbang from Carpe not going to connect. Still trying to find the kill there onto Stratus, who will be staying alive for a little bit longer, but in the end, this will very much be the Fusion coming up with another team fight victory and advancing that cart closer to point B.
They need that speed boost. They need a Blizzard fight here. Ellieboat's probably going to have to tag the point first. It's going to be close. I mean, they can try to get Roar onto it.
They've got so many tools right now to the Justice.
Yeah, they just need to get one team fight here. They'll have the high ground around this corner. Coco's going to really struggle to get up there and eat that Blizzard, so the Blizzard should go off no matter what. But Carpe!
Oh! Flashbang for flashbang. Pokes around the corner. The shield is up. Carpe, 7 HP. Somebody heal this man. He desperately needs it. He's still at 5 HP. No one is taking him down. He's just sitting in the corner. Fire strike not going to connect. But still, no heals for Carpe. They finally will start streaming through. A monk-ass moment if I've ever seen one here. The Carpe does manage to stay alive, and now in fact will receive the nano boost for the shots. Connects one. Now the push-up coming through. Zellyvote tries to zone him back. Couple shots onto Aim God, can't get the kill. Carpe under fire. The eat on the flashbang, and Zellyvote will be able to take him down.
The back cap.
I'm gonna be out. The wall comes up, and they're just rolling this cart through. No one able to touch Fusion. Gets so very close, pin for pin. Now the Blizzard gonna be tossed in by Stratus. Will freeze up Sato and take him down. Shatter gonna be used by Roar for good measure as Stratus will clean him up. 40 seconds remaining. Fusion so dangerously close now to rolling into point B.
That was definitely a bit of a clown fiesta there in terms of the back cap going on. Philadelphia Fusion splitting themselves in half, which allowed Justice to win the fight in the end, but they should have been a little bit more aware of the cart. They do save it in the end with just 2 meters to go, but that's important. That's all you need. No ults across the board on the side of the Justice. They're gonna have to take this fight ultless. The sound barrier being the only exception. They will have that online once the fight ensues. Carpe's got high ground. They're playing it slow.
There it is. That angle. Deadeye going to be coming through. Wall burned by Ivy. Blizzard now going to be online. Zellyvote needs to get an eat on this if they want to stop them from pushing through. Poco going to be knocked down to half HP, nearly taken down. Actually will get knocked out of the mech. Blizzard will come in. Sound barrier in response now from Arc. They're trying to keep his team alive, and Corey finds the first kill as Carpe will be eliminated. Sato going to be taken down. Funny Astro manages to find one, but it's a 4-for-1 here in favor of the Washington Justice. The Blizzard thrown in, and the OT will bleed away. They get so damn close to rolling into point B, but that is where it stops.
Very close calls there on both sides. Really good focus fire on Poco to ensure those Blizzards were going off through the push, and Stratus, he wants to tie this one up. This is where Washington Justice can pick up the draw in terms of score standings, you know, take that 1-1,
yep,
heading into a third map, bring us potentially a longer series. They played very greedy on their defense. On the attack here, it's going to have to be a little bit safer. And notice how Philadelphia Fusion are not going to stand at the gates. They're not going to look for that cheap ice wall up. They're going to play safer. I mean, they're going to look for an ice wall, sure, but not right at the door. They're going to play a lot safer. They're not going to go for that all-in. They're going to sit back, use their shields, and try to take control of the cart in the neutral rather than trying to get a cheap kill.
See Zellyvote and Arc thinking about going over onto that flank, but too risky. They know that the May is there. Their exit could be cut off, and that could lead to their elimination. So we'll just go ahead and kite back. So Fusion giving up a lot of ground, not willing to lose a fight early on and hand over some extra ult charge. So just want to try to fight in a more neutral position around this curve.
Zellyvote's taking the high ground here, so he's going to duel Poco up there. While you can see, meanwhile, the DPSs of the Washington Justice are trying to flank on that high ground with the help of Arc. He's trying to speed boost them around. Only a Reinhardt on the cart, though. Philadelphia Fusion could certainly punish this. Nice sleep dart there from Aim God.
Taking a nap, making sure they can't go for any kind of pin shenanigans there. Not that I think Roar would go for it, a bit too risky. As the right-click spam will just keep coming through from Stratus, trying to find a stray headshot and pick off one of the members of the Fusion. Cart rolling in quite close now. As the Bionade not going to be able to find anything other than boosting the members of the Justice. Electric Cowboy will be coming through. Corey around the side, looking for some kills. Wall not quite the angle that they potentially wanted, but he doesn't get too much damage dealt. Charge out. Roar going to be matching. Nano boost is in, and now the freeze is through, and Roar will be taken down. Carpe, however, will be eliminated off to the flank by Zellyvote, but Funny Astro asserts his dominance over Arc, punching him square in the jaw.
Great charge there by Sato to kind of lock Roar in place, the follow-up sleep there. Everything gets chained together. Everyone hates to be that Rhine who's just permanently caught, so Roar is just perma-stunned there and does end up getting taken out, thus removing that flankability that Corey had. He was on the side there and the high ground. He's going to have to fight for that once again. We'll see if Zellyvote takes that same approach. He's already spotted, he's already taken some chip damage, so getting up there is going to be a lot tougher. And they're probably just going to have to go by ground now, but they're losing so much valuable time.
Deadeye going to be started out from Corey trying to send them back. The wall will come up in response. Cart advancing yet again, but Sato will put a halt to that one. Nearly 6 ultimates for the Fusion.
Look at Corey, another flank.
Not that far behind. Tries to go to the flashbang. Does manage to find the stun. The Sleep Dart connects on the Carpe. They get the Bionade. They will be able to take him down. The pin lined up as well as Roar. Will just smash Sato into pieces. Card's still going to be holding for now, but how much longer can they hold out? It doesn't seem like very long, as they will lose out on Poco's mech, and the cart will advance through into A.
And Achilles, it's a 1-2 punch. We saw, the Fusion unable to use ultimates. They were trying to put all their eggs in the Carpe basket. The commitment there from Resources for Justice to collapse on the Carpe pulls Poco away from where Stratus is dropping the Blizzard, so he gets a free Blizzard on the point. Carpe is blown up in that extremely heavy commitment there to dive him. And they actually get a pretty ult-efficient fight out of this. Sure, Fusion's got 5 and the high ground here, but this is a great starting time here for the Justice comparatively as they roll around this corner.
3.5 minutes just about. And 4 ultimates of their own, so that's still nothing to shake a stick at. Nanabu's going to be tossed in, Sato going to be dropping down, but the Shatter is waiting for him. Roar barely survives the sound barrier from Arc, keeps him alive despite that Bionade, but the Fire Strike from Sato will finally claim his life. Elliot taken down by the self-destruct from Poco. Sato will fall as a consequence, but the fight is very much wildly won by the Philly Fusion, who can now try and gain control of this cart. We'll just see if they are going to be able to keep it, because they have to maintain it for 3 minutes if they want to win Havana and move up 2-0.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to do so. You can see, if you're wondering what Funny Astro is doing going back, he's doing what we call Lucio Taxi, where you bring some of your dead teammates back to the point as fast as possible, because it's a pretty long walk back. So Corey is able to get this high ground. See if he can hold on to it here. Deadeye's out. He's boosted up, but look at the positioning. He's too safe.
Flashbangs in, gets some nice damage there onto Poco, but it's not nearly enough to get him out of that mech.
He has to leave because Roar's shield was broken.
Yep.
Extremely risky situation there.
And answering Deadeye there from Carpe. Bomb up over the top. Block will come through, buys him a little bit of space. The cart starting now to inch through. Sato playing forward. He's got the Shatter available. He's waiting for his opportunity. Fire Strike going to be eaten. You can see the pressure being applied from both sides. The Stratus tries to clip up onto the top's left side.
Shatter potential here if he could loop around on those stairs, but he's alone. Very risky.
Corey taken low. Cart now advancing. Blizzard coming through from Stratus. No chance of an eat there from Poco. Sato makes his way out. Shield raised. No one on the cart exactly at the moment. Elliot will get knocked out of the mech and Alarm will be taken down. Is that going to be enough though here for the Justice? Shatter going to be coming through. Doesn't find anything. Roar raises the shield, keeps his team alive and still has the nano boost for a little bit longer. So that barrier has to come through from Funny Astro to try to keep them all alive. Deadeye in the back, he's looking to line it up. Corey nearly eliminated by Carpe, just shooting through the cracks. We will have a pause.
We do indeed, and it's one of those moments where you could see Carpe is not even afraid of Corey's Deadeye there because he knows he has the high ground advantage, can clip in and out there where the platform protects him. And it was a very valiant attempt there to try to utilize the Deadeye, get into position to grab just one single kill on Carpe. If they do kill Carpe, if he makes one mistake positionally, if he steps into that line, gets the skull on his head, then the push is over and the map is over. We're at a tie series. A lot of resources committed there on the side of the Washington Justice, but Carpe survives. He has no fear in that moment. And at the end of the day, it's still a positive situation here for the Fusion as we head into another pause.
A positive situation?
Yeah.
What you said?
Oh, I mean, that's what I meant.
I thought you did that intentionally.
No.
Okay, well, I have respect gained for you again.
Sure. I mean, I'm just trying to keep things positive here myself.
Oh, no. All right. Well, we just had a minor issue here on stage, but we should have things taken care of quickly so we can resume the action. Here we go. Straight back into it. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Funny Astro under some fire.
Huge
will be taken down. Stratus finding that kill. Now Corey gets rid of Carpe. Pin for pin, both Ryans hit the ground. Freezes there onto Roar with the Bionade. They will be able to take him out. Using that one defensively, very much so is Ivy, but now hounded down by the enemy Diva will fall, as does Alarm and Sato. Few members left. Funny Astro can't quite tag in. And we do have a tied series 1-1. Washington Justice will be able to roll it through.
I mentioned you get that kill on Carpe, that's all it takes. Lightning fast off the pause. They clip him out there. Elevo goes onto the high ground, they blow him up, and that's the point.
Well, we have a series on our hand. That's the most exciting thing here. No 3 Overwatch here today. We'll see who can take a lead when we come back for the next map.
exchanges the better of those trades. And Washington Justice are not letting the crowd get them down, bouncing back after a close series.
I had
Hornet's nest.
I had actually run into the Justice in Chinatown just a couple nights ago, and I asked them if they were ready to sit in front of this Philly crowd, and they said, oh yeah, like absolutely. They've done their research, they knew exactly what to expect, and I think they're feeding off of it a little bit, much like the Fusion are feeding off of the support that they've been receiving from the fans here in the audience. So it's been a fantastic start to the series, and I can only hope that this goes the distance. Currently tied up 1-1, so guaranteed at least 2 more maps. King's Row will be map number 3.
King's Row, one of my favorite maps all time.
A classic.
Overwatch, a classic. And even though this is arguably Reaper's best map in this meta, Reaper's kind of fallen by the wayside in the, in just the few first matches we've had in the Overwatch League in favor of the McCree, in favor of that range damage and poke. You can keep the Reaper at bay, do that extra damage from range with McCree. McCree ends up being the better option despite these narrow choke points. But notice that because of those choke points, very similar to what we saw in Sanctum, Sato and Poco are going to be running that double shield tank, Reinhardt, Orisa here. So they're going to try to control those chokes with the same Alarm Batiste that we saw on Sanctum, whereas the Justice are looking for that standard Diva comp here.
Looks to be Fire Strike through, but taken away instantly, so not going to find any extra percentage here with Sato. And now the barrier spam comes through, significantly shorter after the nerfs that we saw to the shields. So it doesn't take too long to break those down. You can already see the Orisa one getting taken away. Hulk forward with that Fire Strike does set up Sato for a pretty meaty Fire Strike, so now going to be at 40%.
Carpe looking for a flank here onto the supports.
Trying to make his way into the back.
Too risky.
Uncertain if he had been spotted. Arc was hovering up around the top of the statue.
If you die there, you lose A, so he just decides to play it safe.
Pretty much. Barrier down, wall coming out. They're trying to cut off Roar. They save him a little bit with that defense matrix. Bionade comes out. Fusion dangerously low. Carpe finds the shot, but Stratus is there to follow up. You'd think that they were brothers, basically attached to the hip. Stratus finds some vengeance for him, but it will be a halt on the push for now. There's Fusion. Just going to be playing this one safely, waiting for Carpe to rejoin them.
There's a huge window here before Carpe gets to the point, and they're going to commit.
Coming back now, Nano Boost again. They throw up the wall, try to cut them back off. Keep Roar protected, the barriers coming in. By a little bit more time, Maywall helping to mitigate a lot of damage that would have been attained with that Amp Matrix for the Fusion. But for now, they still are able to re-aggress and reclaim some territory here on this back corner of the point. Carpe just going to be maintaining the flank. Starts wrapping around. God is not looking in the back. The wall comes up, flashbang in, but there's too many members, so Carpe has got to dip out of there. Blizzard comes through, Stratus going to be taken down. Funny Astro managing to find the kill. The rest of them dip off the point. But Fusion have to get back over here as 2 ticks are going to be grabbed for the Washington Justice with the Deadeye rolling from Corey. Safely protected behind the Rhine shield, but now that's going to be expiring. Shatter comes down! 5-man, I do believe, from Sato. Either way, it was a big one. They were worried about the flank, but they were not worried about that Rhine right up in their face.
Sato, he saves the day here, and it's extremely composed defense here for Fusion, despite the fact that Carpe was forced out of that fight not only by a May wall, but a May Blizzard, and they still were able to hold on to ultimates. We're going to take a look at Sato here. The wall keeps him hidden, and as you can see, barrier's broken. He commits.
Yep.
That's all it takes. A little bit of help from Funny Astro there. It's a wipe. And now Philadelphia Fusion still with that ult advantage. And it's that kind of composure on King's Row you really need with a comp like this.
Blizzard coming out. It's going to be Fusion going on the aggressive side of things. Nano Boost thrown forward onto Corey. Electric Cowboy coming in, but Stratus going to be taken down. And the Funny Astro finds the kill onto Arc. Roar in desperation drops the hammer, but likely should have held on to that. It's now 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining on the attack for the Washington Justice.
They're going to have to win a sustain war here in this next fight using that sound barrier. Elevote's going to get staggered a little bit further here. But does he stick with the Diva? I mean, they've got a bomb, but no real setup for it. Arc sound barrier, they don't want to lead with it, but I don't think they have much of a choice here. If Corey can somehow get a flank, that would be a great opportunity to get a single pick. But otherwise, again, Philadelphia Fusion has that positional advantage. Barrier just replaced here, and the poke is so hard at range against double shield.
That it is. They have the sound barrier for the elongated fight.
Look at Carpe,
Perhaps
on the
Seoul
flank.
can find some kills with this bomb. Carpe's up top. He's revealed his position. Set that eye ready to go. Boat's up to the top side. Now drops back down. Has those faster boosters, so can get on top of Carpe if the Deadeye comes through. Sana, however, going to be frozen, taken down. They could not get the immortality field on top of him. So does fall. Carpe with the Deadeye rolling, finds Aim God. The barrier comes in on the back end. Fusion trying to win this one out. Carpe finds the second kill as Corey will fall. Gets jumped on, but even pushing for the rockets coming through. He can't quite pop him out of the mech. Chase forward from Ivy is a dangerously low roar. OG going to be forced out as he get up to 90.7%, but Boat's going to be taken down. On the other hand, the Ant Matrix in the backside of the point. Blizzard thrown down. They buy a little bit of space, but they have to play forward onto the point yet again. Push their way up. Nano Boost going to be tossed in. Roar swinging away. Shatter comes down. Manages to find both supports in the back line, but the kills are not there. Aim down an arc. Both still alive somehow. Fire strike through, takes Funny Astro low, Stratus finishes him off. Carpe comes back in with the Tracer, manages to find one, but will be taken down. A war of attrition, but one that is won by the Washington Justice. They take it in OT, 2.5 minutes in the time bank.
All it takes when you're having this scrappy trade fight, you know, Carpe nearly saved them with that double kill after the second sound barrier when the fight really broke out. But all it takes is a scrappy fight when you're the attacker on King's Row. You have way faster respawns, you can get back onto that point and keep fighting, especially when you've got a Lucio in your composition. It's going to take the Fusion way longer to rejoin the fight on A. So when you're trading even, it's a trade that favors the attacker on King's Row A. This is a very weak time bank though. Going into these choke points where this composition the Fusion have built is meant to thrive, especially when Corey's on this Tracer. He's going to have a really tough time controlling these chokes, even if it gets on the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, you got to expect going up against Carpe's McCree. This is an extremely dangerous situation to be in if you're Corey.
Unfavorable matchup for sure.
Yeah. You know that if that flashbang connects, then you are absolutely going to be dead. An extremely rare botch from Carpe to not have that headshot. Wall's coming up, denying a lot of vision here as the supercharger is used. And the fire strike will help take that one down to half. You can see them just buying time. It's funny, Astro will have to dip out. So wraparound comes through the side. Corey in the back. Just looking for that approach. Still a ways away from the pulse bomb. Wall buys them some time as the Nano Boost gets tossed in onto Rory. Switches up around the corner, swinging away. Can't quite find a target though. Looking for a chance to line up with a shatter. The boot back comes through. Fire strike in. Drops the hammer, comes around the corner, the Bay wall comes up, and he does not get anything. Fantastic defense from the Fusion, keeping their teammates safe. Deadeye from Carpe doesn't find anything. Corey hounds him down, finds the kill, getting rid of the McCree. Wall coming up yet again. Wall answered by Ivy, and Ellie, but finds the eat, breaks through, and takes away the Blizzard. One of Fusion's biggest defensive ults now going to be eliminated. Funny Astro dropping in with a sound barrier. Two members going to be filed out on the side of the Fusion. The bomb up into the air from Boat looking for the pick. The shield comes down, but Alarm cannot duck behind it. Will be taken out. Freeze there on the Funny Astro, but he manages to make it out safely. Sato charging away, trying to buy some time. Has that shatter nearly available. But I don't know if they can keep fighting this one. Sato would have to hit everybody with this shatter, and he just does not have the support. Funny Astro will die on the cart, and that will be point B gained for the Washington Justice. A minute and a half going to be added to the time bank.
Really great plays by the Justice all around the board. Build Up Fusion are running what basically as close to GOATs as you can get with this composition, and somehow, some way, the Justice with Tracer circumvented it, using high ground, wrapping around, flanking non-stop, just harassing the Fusion backline, and they were able to crack it. It wasn't time efficient, but they do get that checkpoint.
Pulse bomb nearly up. Now, everybody on the Fusion gonna have to be especially careful. Nano in, tosses it out, doesn't find a stick, and Ivy finds the headshot. Great turnaround flick from him. Manages to find the kill, but the Blizzard successfully gets through from the side of Stratus, freezing up the members, taking the boop out on Sato, taking him out of that immortality field, eliminating it as well for good measure. Might just be able to continue to advance. Corey now going to be swapping off the Tracer, comes back on the Widowmaker, is going to be looking for that high ground control because there's not really anybody on the Fusion that can contest him other than Astro.
Yeah, I mean, it's the barriers, the only thing that can really stop him, but they're getting so low, they're already chunked down. It's a great swap here to try to get some time bank. Look at his position on the high ground, he's breaking through those shields.
Wrap around the side as well, Stratus looking for a flank, Astro spots him out. Carpe nearly taken down. Holding on to the Deadeye, we get closer and closer, the wall coming up, he gets pushed back around the other side. Carpe gonna be slept, is sitting inside of the immortality field, but now the hammer gonna be dropped in, Carpe stunned up. not yet taken down. Sound barrier will come through as Alarm finds Arc. Roar eliminated as well. Now Ellieboat gonna be gone. That will be it. The last vestiges of hope for the Washington Injustice will bleed away as they cannot finish King's Row. And the Philly Fusion have a win condition on King's Row. If they can just push to the end, they will move up 2-1 in this series.
Very calm and collected with a Fusion on their defense of A and C. Just not committing ultimates until the last possible second, being willing to give a lot of distance, but not the point.
Still on a knife's edge is this map. Anybody can come away with a victory. We're going to find out who it is when we come back for the second half. See if it's going to be a 2-1 for Fusion or 2-1 for Justice.
Washington homestands go, especially after watching their level of play here. A very narrow hold there on C for the Fusion. But they're playing for that C point win condition you mentioned earlier, not playing around just simply time banks, but actually trying to hold it there to the last moment. They have a way to put themselves onto match point here. They will be running the double shield on the approach. Much harder to attack than defend this way, though.
Yes,
especially on A, but they've got the point.
Yeah, they're already gaining some solid ground as Aim got in the back. Has to use the Bionade auto himself. Wall up, comes through. Nice defensive wall answered by Stratus. Does keep Roar safe. But already one tick going to be snagged for the Fusion.
Corey with the flank attempt here onto Carpe. No success.
Trying to poke around the back. Ellieboat, though. Oh, man, he is in no man's land. He's zooming through the back. Barely makes it out with that mech intact. 62 HP. Can you hear that? Need healing spam coming through. Ellieboat in such a rough position, and Roar gonna have to have that nano boost invested onto him to try to keep him alive. Fire strike through. Gets a nice smattering of damage.
He's
now
going.
Picks up that health pack, has the shatter available. Halfway there to that third tick and capping point A. Sato gonna be frozen as the blizzard comes down from Stratus. They're gonna put this one over the finish line. Knock this down on the defense. That eye out. Oh, it looked like maybe Carpe was gonna have the shots coming in, but the sleep dart connects right in the last second. But he still stands up. He still takes down Arc. Fusion are right back at it. Moving their way up, 95%. Can they get there? Oh no, it's just a bit too late. Corey returns with the Widowmaker, but might just have to swap off yet again.
He certainly will. You're not going to have
to get jumped on.
Yeah, you're not going to have much line of sight there. That's A over to the Fusion in pretty one-sided fashion. I feel like Ellieboat's definitely been a bit of a double-edged sword for the Justice here. He's had his moments where he's controlled high ground, he's given Corey that space, but on the other hand, some of his aggressive play, where he's spamming need healing, has cost them big because he's trapped, he's away from the rest of his squad, he's got no health, he's essentially irrelevant, might as well be dead. If you're not going to make an impact there, you're down at 60 health. And that left things completely open for Carpe, who was able to get a lot more done, get that opening pick onto Arc, and help solidify the cap. They do have a Blizzard here as well now to toss around this corner.
Well, they've got nearly taken down. Arc poking up around the corner, trying to keep his team sustained as best as possible. Blizzard going to be coming down from Ivy, the Shatter. Lobbed in as well. Knocks the ball right on their asses, and that'll be the cleanup coming through as the Fusion will not halt. 4 minutes in the time bank still as they get ready to round this final corner into point B.
Not the most ult-efficient exchange, but it was a guaranteed team fight win. You get that big Blizzard, you follow up with the Shatter, and that's going to be B. For the Justice, there's no realistic way to contest this. They're going to just try to set up for C, but this time bank is going to be absolutely massive, and all they have to do is finish the map here with 5:12 on the clock to take match point in the series. Ori with a desperate swap over to Hangzhou for the extra shield break, but it's going to be so difficult to utilize here as the cart rolls through. Deadeye.
Deadeye there from Carpe. Bomb coming in response into the back line, manages just to find the immortality field.
Good angle though.
Yeah, solid angle, but good preparation as well by Alarm. Seeing where that angle was and knowing that he could keep everybody topped up. Does manage to do so. Now it's going to be the Ant Matrix, but they deny that one. Blizzard going to be coming down from Stratus, laying in with the sound barrier is Arc to keep his team topped up. Bunny Astro tries to answer back, but now the Shatter comes through from Roar, knocks him down, and that will be the cleanup as Corey is here taking shots with his Hangzhou.
Once we get to the point where Corey actually has that first Dragon Strike, that's when it's going to be really difficult to utilize the comp Philadelphia Fusion is running, because unless you kill him with a stray headshot, he is going to get that Dragon Strike off. There's no way to mitigate that without just simply splitting. They don't have a D.Va, and even if they did, absorbing that is just so incredibly difficult. And when you're in this composition, the Fusion are running the double shields, you're very much clumped up. You're in one spot, and it makes it really easy for the Dragon Strike to get value. He's 15% away from that. And that's going to almost be one guaranteed stop push unless he messes it up. And look where he is on the high ground. He's getting that last percent.
Balls up, and God, spamming, trying to keep his team alive. Is holding on to that nano boost for now.
Dragon Strike's ready.
Let's have it. Gonna go ahead and start channeling
There
that
it
one.
is.
Tosses it straight up the lane. Corey on the follow-up manages to find a headshot onto Carpe. Bionade connects on the 3 members of the Fusion. Very nicely done by Aim God. But losing out on Carpe, we already know how Fusion play this. They will pull back.
They're going to actually swap Carpe over to the Hangzhou as well, but I feel like the Justice have way better tools to deal with the Dragon Strike. It's more about those straight headshots and if you can control that high ground.
Well, that, and they also have that Demon trying to absorb it. Roar pushing forward, getting a little too antsy. Shatter comes down. Bionade connects on the 2, and Corey finds Carpe. Answering Shatter out from Roar, will find Alarm in the back line as Corey comes over from the side, manages to get rid of Poco. Fearlessly dashes forward. He's looking for the finish on the Ivy. Can't quite line up the shot yet.
I think
a bit elusive, but there you go.
I think
Gets him in the end.
Fusion need to switch their composition here. Carpe on this Hangzhou isn't going to get value. The double shields, the Reinhardt Orisa composition, is going to struggle versus Dragon Strikes that Corey can build easily because he has high ground control, can take those pot shots, get some stray headshots in there as well. And this is just so incredibly difficult to break. I really like this tech to pull this Hangzhou in for Corey because the Dragon Strike just screws up every team fight for the Fusion.
Superchargers around the corner. Dragon Strike does roll through. Ivy just going to be sitting inside that ice wall as long as he possibly can. Stratus will be taken down. Huge pick here for the Fusion as they fall down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Make their way back over towards the cart. Storm Arrow's out. Sato swinging away, manages to get Roar and Aim God. Fantastic fortune for him as the freeze comes in on the Ellie boat, and he will get knocked out.
And now Carpe gets the high ground for the first time, and this is dangerous. Now he can really get value out of this Hangzhou.
This is where he can take over. Nearly has that other Dragon Strike available as well. Nano and Sound Barrier here for the Justice. Is that going to be enough for them to last out for another minute and 50? They have to get to the cart. Can they do it? 0.34 meters on the goes. The Nano Boost will come through. Bionade connects on the Poco, but he's got the barrier shields, trying to keep them alive. Shatter comes down. See the disc going to be tossed in. Alarm keeping him alive with that immortality field. Ellie boat's going to be knocked off the side, and they will just go ahead and push it through. 2-1 now in favor of the Philadelphia Fusion. Match point, 1 more to go.
Really big risk running Carpe on the Hangzhou. It pays off. Also has projectile, background as well as his Genji that really stands out in terms of the projectile. So he's got a huge hero pool. We haven't really seen all of that come online just yet, but it has been back and forth. And as we head into our 4th map, it will be Temple of Anubis, and this is where you will sometimes see that Genji come out, and it's one of Ivy's better heroes as well. When you look back to the start of his career, where he made his first Contenders Finals, on the back of that Junkrat and Genji, 2 staple heroes of this map. Not so much in this meta, but I'd love to see one of these 2 players bring it out here because we have seen it quite popular, be quite popular on this map, especially when you look at the Dallas and New York homestands last week. For the defense here, looks like Corey's going to be sticking with that Hangzhou, and we will see this Orisa setup with Ryan. So kind of a different take on what used to be called the Treehouse. You'd see Orisa on this map a lot, but interesting positioning here for Stratus. Going to try to get some pot shots and see the lay of the land.
Seems like Carpe will be starting with the Hangzhou as well.
Yeah, no.
So already feeling this pick. No one playing up top on the center column here at the first archway, so not going to be seeing any shots from Corey at the start, but oh boy.
That's why you see that position from Stratus.
Yeah.
Trying to get that blow-up kill.
He gets some nice damage, but Bloody Astro going to be taken down by Elivote. Of all people to find it, it is the Orisa, so already going to be slowing them up. Don't want to move anywhere without that Lucio. They look for the hold there, and that's the lineup. So Corey gets the shot on the Carpe. Excellently done so far by the Justice.
You can see all the bullets, all the projectiles going in one line. The focus fire here is excellent. The sight line control is amazing. And now they can't really even get out here. They're cut off, for these members from the back line.
Yep. Have the barrier tossed down, trying to allow for Astro to get in. Wall will come up from Ivy.
Now they have wall advantage here for this push. So many resources burned for the Fusion to try to get out of this room.
Nice jump around the side, up top. Carpe fishing for these shots, trying to get an angle, trying to pick somebody off. Finds one. very well could just spell point A for the Fusion. And Matrix going to be used by Alarm.
It's going to force everybody jump down.
Yep, parting to the sides. John's coming down from Carpe, but the barrier is still going to be raised. Can't really find too much. We'll just go ahead and break down the shield. Now tries to wrap around the backside. Spots out 2 members. Thinks that he might have the jump there. Come around the backside to potentially find Corey. Dragon Strike from Corey doesn't find too much. Immortality Field keeps alive the members of the Philadelphia Fusion as Roar swings away, desperately trying to survive. The shield will be broken down. He's got no HP, and Alarm will be able to finish him off. Stratus going to be taken out as well just as the Blizzard becomes available. And that Matrix from Aim God doesn't mean jack. Fusion wipe the floor with them, the team kill in the end. They will go ahead and cap point A and have 6 minutes to assault, 5 minutes to assault point
right.
B.
Alarm definitely being the hero there on that last push. That Immortality Field perfectly timed to shut down Corey's Dragon Strike, heal everybody up while they're immortal, and then collapse back in, get that opening kill, and then the point is theirs. They get to do it essentially ultless as well now, and as they head into B, they've got that extra advantage.
Bionade hits 2, but they make it through successfully.
Yeah, now Justice are kind of split up. They need to regroup. Because Fusion are going to come in hard, and with 6 ultimates, they do get back onto the point. Blizzard
way up. Yep, Blizzard will be coming through. Stratus trying to wall them off, and Sato, oh boy, all out on his lonesome. And he will be taken down. There is no saving that. Fusion, though, can they try to convert the fight? I think the answer is likely going to be no, as Poco is going lower and lower. Will be finished off by Stratus in the end.
In Philadelphia Fusion, this may look like a loss, but in practice, it's actually a win because they're able to pull out some of these Justice ultimates, notably the Blizzard. They hold on to their own, and now they've got a Blizzard Dragon Strike combo set up. They have the Supercharger to help empower this push, and the Fusion are probably going to use all their tools here on this next attack. Nobody gets picked by Corey here on the way over. All they really have to do is close that distance, close that gap to B through the left side room from attacker's perspective, and they've got a lot of tools to break this wide open. And they're going to go right through that room there to the side.
Oh. Yep, here's that shot coming through.
I mean,
track him. Oh, no. That's the shatter dropped in straight to the wall. Fantastically done by Stratus, and a bit too trigger happy from Sato. Loses that on that, still manages to find a pin on Roar, taking him over to the side. Shatter comes down, doesn't find anything, but the nano boost is there to try to keep him alive. Sato's got to retreat. And you can see the wall coming up. Sato going to be taken down. Fantastic coordination from the Washington Justice.
And I mean, to play devil's advocate for what was probably the worst ult usage in an advantage situation we've seen so far this season, the idea there was to draw the attention away so Sato could get that sneak shatter. The response, as Corey gets picked here, from Stratus was amazingly quick. He shattered anyways. And now the Fusion don't have that many great tools to break this point open anymore. And that's really unfortunate because they had such a massive advantage, and now that time bank is dwindling.
Straight back at it, though. Pushing their way up. Ellie nearly getting knocked out of the mech there. Will be able to escape as Stratus just uses the Blizzard here on the bridge, zoning them back, buying more and more time. Still 2.5 minutes for the Fusion. Getting rid of that Blizzard, going to be considered a win, as they only lose Poco on the way out. And he will be swapping over onto the D.Va now.
Yeah, he's going to swap over to D.Va. That's going to give them a lot more control over the center part of this map. It can help contest versus Ellieboat, who also has this bomb online here. But everything they're doing is so obvious and so transparent because of the positioning here of Ellieboat. And they're, again, down on ultimates after that botched last team fight. They're going to get to the point. They don't have the Blizzard yet.
Jump scare moment for Poco.
Just going to slow this down as much as possible.
Oh, another wall coming through. Poco retreats as those fast boosters, so manages to jet his way out. Stratus is going to be taken down. Carpe finds a huge pickoff for him. Bob tossed in, tries to weave that one into the back. Just going to be finding the Immortality Field. Quad Dragon's going to be parting their way across the point, neither leading to any kills, and Stratus swaps over to the Doomfist, jumps his way back in, gets the uppercut, finds the execution. His alarm will fall, but Sato cuts him down. Charge coming in, Poco going to be knocked out of the mech now. Sato's just got no HP. Bionade connects on the 2. Bunny Astro trying to make his way out. A sliver of HP.
You need a decisive engagement of the attacking team. You need to get multiple kills. You can't be trading. At least they trade this time and keep ultimates. Feels like a little bit of deja vu here, what we're seeing. They're coming in, they've got the Blizzard, they've got the Shatter. They will have Sound Barrier for the engage, the approach onto the point. They're gonna have to have a better setup than that fake out where they looked like they were going up mid, and then Sato got the flank Shatter. It was shut down by Stratus last time. I think they should move as 6, take that left side approach, and look for the hard engage. They know they have ult advantage here, and they've only got one more shot at this. They are going to move together, and here comes that push. Sound Barrier is ready in just a moment here for Funny Astro.
Working their way up. Main wall, not really going to be cutting anybody off. Funny Astro trying to harass down Elibo. Stratus will get frozen and eliminated by Ivy. Sound Barrier comes through for Arc, trying to keep the rest of the team alive as they do have that defender's respawn advantage. Sound Barrier now going to be matched. Funny Astro losing that one. Roar getting chipped away. Elibo going to be taken down. They get the freeze, they get the shatter. The hammer comes down, and Fusion have the point for now. Delay coming in as much as they possibly can. The Deadeye will cut down Corey, and that will be the cap with 14 seconds to spare. Finishing with time, the biggest boon for the Fusion.
Yeah, it was a huge time bank, 5 minutes plus, heading into B. But after that first botch engage, you could see how much the ult advantage could really swing into the defender's advantage. Pick off a support. Elibo's risky playstyle has been very hit or miss. When he hits, I mean, he looks amazing. Well, he's given a lot of space, but when you miss, you miss.
Here it is, Carpe starting out on the Widowmaker. As the Justice go on the offense, barrier offered up to him to guarantee safety. Just weakens the barriers a little bit on the side of the Justice, and we'll go ahead and retreat back. We'll see what kind of angle he wants to play. Just waiting to see if anyone poke their head out behind that ice wall, but it seems like the Justice are not foolish enough to do so. They know exactly who they're playing against.
Yeah, exactly. Respect is real.
So now looking to set up for the catch with the May wall. Toss that one down, and Stratus does get locked out for the moment. Sato gonna have to kite back though. Nice halt, pulls them all together, but Sato crumbles under the pressure. Just too much damage coming forward from the side of the Washington Justice. Everybody gonna be topped up. Carpe needs to start clicking some heads if they want to hold on to point A. Otherwise, it's looking like another extremely fast cap.
Yeah, and with double shields here, it's so difficult
There's one,
to
though.
the angle.
Ivy gets rid of Corey. Everybody going to be locked inside. They get the halt together. Couple shots going to be coming through. Carpe, even he doesn't want to have to play against the Amp Matrix. Sato starts pushing his way through. Fire strike. They try to build up. Gets the shatter online. Swings. Finds two. Drops the hammer. It's the rest of them. The Immortality Field will buy them some time, but Sato now has one back at him up. Another swing. Another 2 kills. And the Fusion, hold on!
I mean, Sato's the one who got them into this position. He was the one who messed up his position, got too aggressive as picked, but he's also the hero who saves them in the end, comes through, is able to find himself a big amount of damage here to get the Shatter online. Look at the ult meter go up. There's the Shatter. Nothing to block him there. Roar's unable to get the shield up in time, and Immortality Field's only going to buy you seconds there. Trapped.
Back in here, Ivy still doing work, finds the headshot onto Stratus. Buying further time for the Fusion.
And the Justice, yeah, and the Justice really need a clean fight here. They're going to have Blizzard shortly, but Ivy's going to be able to match that.
No one can hide waiting. Corey's still not opting in for the Widow 1v1. Aggressive push around the side.
This is what Carpe loves to do.
He barely missed it, but can he find it now? Moves in, gets a body shot on the Corey. Now they're aware, and they're going to be looking for him. Needs him to come a little bit further back, but you can tell that the Justice, they're aware of that position. They're playing back purposely. Yeah. They're playing forward rather to make sure that they do not give that sideline over to Carpe. Ult starting to look good here for the Justice though. Twin Blizzard's going to be coming down as the sound barrier is used by Arc to try to keep their members alive. Ivy goes up on top of the pillar, makes his way out of there however. So does manage to stay alive. Sound barrier on the back end for Funny Astro doing some serious defensive work as no one gets taken down. They say that though, Arc does manage to find Carpe, hounds him out. Shots coming through from Alarm, tries to get the kill here on a Stratus who just peeks, he just gently peeks over the top. Manages to find the kill. Carpe trying to make up his mind, he knows that point A is going to be gone, so gives up on the Tracer and will just be matching Corey on that Hangzhou now. But serious time buying was done by the Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, since the days of BK Stars, we know Carpe has been such an aggressive flanker on the Widow, be it the McCree, and even oftentimes the Hangzhou. And that flank didn't pay off. He put himself out of position. He allowed the Justice to, once they got around that corner, push through mid, get into the center there. It was a risky play. But still, decent time bank here for Justice now. And the time bank for the Fusion is so limited. They have themselves one of those ult advantages, not as big as Fusion's was that they lost on their first push. But they can certainly get a better time bank here if this first push goes well.
Well, Supercharger going to be tossed in. Maywall goes up. Trying to buy them some time. Bionade does connect onto Poco. Nice fire strike. Gets Otto closer to that next Earth Shatter. Dragon Strike going to be tossed out into the corner. Doesn't really have too many targets on that side of the map. They try to get Carpe back in there, but AimGod actually with a Bionade will be able to take him out. Yeah, Matrix is here. We'll use that Fire Strike to try to get some extra damage through for Sato. As Arc just sits directly on top of him, spamming away. The left clicks, the right clicks. Mortality Field will fall down, and suddenly the members start disappearing on the side of the Philadelphia Fusion. 3 still going to be down as they start ticking up. 1 going to be snagged. And Fusion need a miracle to try to turn this one around. Poco desperately going to be swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball. Alarm gets taken down. They don't have the Immortality Field to buy some more time. Pile Driver comes through. But Ellieboat, he fortifies, he stays safe. Blizzard now going to be coming in from Ivy, starts locking them up. Arc's the first one to fall. Now Roar going to be taken down. Can they turn this one on its head? A sliver of HP. Sato going to be dropped as he tries to drop the hammer. Alarm gets rid of Ellieboat. Poco will get taken down. Funny Astro has that sound barrier ready to go. Might have to burn it when he gets back, but Carpe manages to find 2.
The waves
got
are out.
Corey, both going to be taken out. Drops down, gets the uppercut, and Carpe again clutches out the defense.
He saves the day here. Look at Arc sound barrier. He's still holding it. Had he used that when Ivy tossed out the Blizzard, they would have been able to survive through. We would have seen the survival there of Ellieboat on the Orisa, and that would have allowed them to sustain through that push and start getting those kills. It was the Blizzard that saved Fusion, and Carpe comes up to clean up there in the end. Once again, a Dragon Strike ready for Corey. He split them in half last time. See if he can do it again. Here it comes.
Yep, Dragon Strike
Carpe,
out. Carpe around the corner. A near miss. Drops down, he's well into the back, and Sato's going to be taken down to the front lines. Roar, however, slur of HP, has to maybe drop into the low ground, but he just doesn't get the opportunity. Gets taken down, and the Nano Boost goes over to Ellieboat instead. Sound Barrier still going to be committed, catches 4 members on the side of the Washington Justice, but Ivy has the freeze coming through, and he's nearly got another Blizzard, and they don't have a way to sustain through. They need to have an eat now from Ellieboat. 1 minute on the clock. Washington Justice need to finish this, or else that is it. Fusion might be able to take this one right here, right now.
It looks hopeless for the Justice. They don't have tools. They need that shatter to be big.
Uppercut through, Corey. Going low, and Alarm scoops the kill, gets the headshot. Roar smashed into the wall. Bionade hits 3 on the side of the Fusion, but it does not matter. The cleanup is coming through, and suddenly it is 1 more attempt as they look to get the stagger on Ellieboat, and this is looking absolutely brutal.
I'll be honest, I don't even think they really get 1 more attempt. They get half an attempt. They get 1 shot at that Blizzard. There's the stagger. They needed Ellieboat. He needed to be the one to tag to start the fight, but he's the last to die. He's staggered, and that means it's up to Arc.
They need him to eat the Blizzard as well.
I mean, there's just no way. There's no way to realistically engage on this point. They
13
can't get to the
seconds.
choke.
They're pushing forward. They're chasing their way up. Carpe, however, the first one to fall. Have they gone too far? Roar going to be taken down. Arc is taking up. He's backcapping it. Oh my God, the Fusion! They don't realize it. Arc, he just goes ahead and snakes it out right up from underneath of them. Unbelievable.
Sick play by Arc. They took the fight to the choke. They thought they could prevent every member of the Washington Justice from touching the point. It wasn't so. Arc was able to slip around the backside there. They only needed 1 tick. And this is essentially a huge mistake from the Fusion in terms of spatial awareness and having someone to tag there. A situation like this should have never happened. And once again, victory slips away from the Fusion. They're still able to take this map if they're able to have a better attack run, but we may be looking at a draw here. We may be going into a 2-1 map 5. But I mean, that was certainly a map that was left out to dry for the Fusion.
Mildly speechless.
They knew that there was only 1 person who could touch, right?
Yep.
Ellieboat was staggered. He was the last person to die. D.Va's not going to be able to touch the point. They went aggressively forward there. And then it's Arc who comes into the back.
Yep. Oh man, look at this.
Funny Astro can't touch. He tries to get in. He's a bit late, and he's just knocked away.
Yep.
Just a second too late.
Well, here we are with a 12-second difference now to potentially decide this map. As you said, very well could result in a draw yet.
Yep.
We'll
First
see.
to 3, by the way.
Yep.
Fans at home, so even if it's a draw here, doesn't mean Fusion takes it. They will need another win.
That is very true.
Now,
Pushing
Carpe
up now.
on the rat here, by the way.
Yeah.
For just a Riptire defense. If he gets the Riptire, that's almost guaranteed a hold.
A bold move, tosses out that mine, but he's getting jumped on as Stratus harassing him in the side. Roar, however, under pressure, falling lower and lower. 9 HP will be taken down finally. Ivy finds the kill, and Sato builds up a very swift shatter, and he drops the hammer to try and get rid of the hopes and dreams of Washington Justice for being able to get a tick, let alone a cap here in these overtime rounds.
I don't think Ark's going to be able to sneak this one away, I'm afraid. They've got one more shot to try to touch in here. You can see Elevote's kind of leading the charge. If he touches the point, he'll buy time, but it's going to be an awkward engage at best case scenario for the Justice here. There he goes.
Defense Matrix
He gets the touch.
goes in beneath. Does manage to force out the overtime. Wall comes through, they boost Poco up, they get a lot of damage in onto that Orisa, but it's not going to be enough to finish him. Ant Matrix going to have to be abandoned here for the Philadelphia Fusion, so not going to be netting them too much as they get halfway to that first tick. Now the Ant Matrix going to be used by AimGod, but he's under pressure. Dragon Strike tossed through from the side. Can Corey find anything? Carpe gets rid of Stratus. It's an all-out bloodbath here on the point. Sato tries to make his way back around the corner, but he gets greeted by that Earth Shatter. Sato and Carpe both knocked to the ground, and suddenly Washington Justice, this is very doable. They will have it.
They will have it. That was a great engage there using the Ant Matrix, coming around the side, blowing up those tanks at the last second there, and it's Carpe who fails to get a Riptire. The Junkrat combo here with a May is very powerful. If you could slow those members, get them caught in a choke point, get a fast Riptire, that almost guarantees you the hold. He has a Riptire for B now, but they wanted the full hold, and they're not going to get it. You see the Reaper swap here for longevity on the point to just try to get one tick, have that extra life steal, stick to the point here.
The Moira as well. That first healing, Riptire goes through, sound barrier going to be used in response. Tire down to half HP, can he find a pick? Runs it through, but will not be able to find anything. Several members, however, falling lower and lower. Damage Orb is going to be tossed out. Blizzard coming through from both of these Mays. Sato going to be dragged out, now frozen the sound barrier, keeping alive for a little bit longer. Bongo going to be finished off. Ivy finds Ellie both, but Roar finds Sato. Washington Justice certainly still in this fight. It's a main tank or a main tank. Corey's
staying alive
trying
here.
to get the kills. Funny Astro going to be taken down, but the Defender's advantage still going to be there for the Philadelphia Fusion, but they have to find some picks. Nearly to the first take right now are the Justice's. Stratus goes under fire, makes his way
And
into the ice block, but the trap is going to be directly on top of him. Boosts his way up, out. It's Carpe, dangerously low, hovering around the backside of this tomb. Shots coming down, Roar going to be eliminated. Poco finds himself a double kill. It seems like the Fusion very well may make this one happen. The shield gets raised, they clear them off the point. Justice cannot get any percent on point B.
No percent on B, but this is an excellent start for the Justice. A very unlikely scenario, taking that A point the last possible second. And right now, if you're a Fusion fan, what seemed like a 1 series, suddenly Arc sneaks into the back. Funny Astro is not able to tag, he's knocked back. We're going to an overtime round you couldn't have imagined. And you look at the setup, it's looking bad for the Justice. Carpe's about to have a Riptire, but they steal A away as Carpe's at 92% on a map that felt won almost certainly. Now disadvantage to the Fusion. One botched attack away from a Game 5 with a 2-2 scoreline. Nobody really would have thought we'd be here when you looked at that B attempt there from Justice.
Certainly not. And with only a 12-second advantage for the Fusion, it's very difficult to say how this is going to go for them. They need to get that cap on point A. They need to get a tick on B if they want to find the victory. Otherwise, we're still looking at a draw. We're still looking at another map coming up.
That's right.
It'd still be advantage for them.
Yes.
Is the biggest thing.
I mean,
Justice have to win 2 in a row.
yeah. Worst case scenario here is they just simply get full health and lose the map.
Yeah.
But they're looking for that draw at worst case for them. Best case, they just take it. We're going to see mirrored compositions here. The Hangzhou's coming out. And this time, Justice aren't going to get an opening pick here.
Ooh. Well, that was almost a...
Almost.
almost a very poor start. As Funny Astro barely scrapes by with his life intact. Making their way around the side. Sonic Arrow is going to be coming through. Nice halt in to try to get some Fire Strike damage, but Roar is still going to be leading
Carpe again with a crazy flank. Any stray headshots here might be able to open the point up. He's got to play careful though.
Trying to see if he's being contested on the high ground. He is not.
Trying to get
Mortality Field's going to be taken down. Spam shot's going to be coming through. Roar will be eliminated. Sano finds the hit, but Corey finds Carpe. 1-for-1, but now 2-for-1 as Heliboat will fall. No tanks available for the side of the Washington Justice.
Justice are going to play for the draw here. They're going to back off.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that. You would expect. Corey's still around the back. Ticks starting to come through. They're still very well split. You would expect that if they're going to die, they have to die right now.
Stratus is back. He just wants to get a little bit more Blizzard charge here that can delay.
Are they going to go for this? Stratus makes his way up.
They're committing.
Yeah, but they go ahead. They just let the point go off. The problem with Stratus, he jumped off the point with the ice block, was not contesting, and now there's going to be the cleanup. And now they're going to start charging forward.
And they bought some time here. They bought some time. They will have the respawn. They got fast respawn with the two CP changes, but they don't have a Blizzard. Stratus is still 10% away.
Ivy nearly with his own. Shatter going to be coming down from Roar. Doesn't catch anybody. The beat hits. Pretty much everybody on the side of the Fusion going to be receiving the shields, and Carpe finds a shot. Corey going to be gone. Roar taken out. The Blizzard tossed in by Stratus, but he himself is dead. Dragon Strike through the side of the wall. Heliboat left out in the corner, left out to dry. But that is going to be it. They start ticking their way up as they clear the point. Corey comes back in with the Tracer, but we need to see some major heroics to try to make this one happen. They're walled out. They drop back in, but Stratus, this wrecking ball, as they all arrive, they are cut down one after the other. Sound barrier out from Arc to try and delay, but Roar will now be taken down. The supercharger for good measure. Arc going to be eliminated. Heliboat knocked out of the mech, taken down. The Blizzard tossed in celebration. Shatter comes down, and Philly Fusion will be able to do it. They take it 3-1 in their first homestand.
Gotta be breathing sighs of relief, winning their first match of their first homestand here for 2020. Arc almost stole it away with that back cap, and it looked dangerous. It looked risky there for them on A. And that last minute contest, the gamble for the Washington Justice to commit.